Hi, what are the best B2B marketing campaigns? I'm going to show you today some amazing creative just for B2B, and I'll show you that B2B can be creative, and then I'm going to explain why all of those great campaigns are going to do nothing to generate your revenue. More correctly, they're not the best way for you to generate revenue. I'll show you what that is, and then I'll bring that clever creative back into play because it's still relevant. I want to build the definitive list of campaigns that we need to build in B2B and a few hints on how to build each. For example, you may need campaigns for key targets, or if you like, account-based marketing, volume targets, the lesser mortals, movers, whether we know the mover or we don't know the mover, but people who've just changed roles, searches, whether they're early in their journey or late in their journey. Think about that. Referrals and browsers. Now they're examples only, but they're a pretty common set that we often look for. What I found when I Googled didn't go anywhere near towards what I was looking for. It was great, and I found some excellent B2B creative. I'm going to quickly show that to you now. Just indulge me for about 2 minutes and I'll show you this great creative. Then I want to come back and kind of answer the question that I was trying to answer, which is what are the campaigns that are best for B2B marketing? Okay, well, our first contribution is by Ashley Taylor Anderson on the Referrals blog, and you'll find in her article that one of the key points that she makes about why these campaigns work is that each of the elements are really well integrated. Great creative. It's very much design or creative perspective, and as I mentioned at the top, and I'll mention again in a moment, that's not what I was hunting for. Good article nonetheless, and what I'm after is something a little bit more sort of strategic, a little bit less tactical if you like. Let's take a look at the next one, B2B marketing. Now I didn't bother with this one, it's gated content. I would have thought this level of content oughtn't be gated, but that's of course this organisation's own call, but frankly I didn't bother looking, so I went to the next one. Vision critical. So again, a really excellent article, 3 campaigns here, they've gone a little deeper on each of those campaigns. They did a really good job of backgrounding the vendors' stories, and that made this probably my favourite of the articles. It's still creative-led though, and it's also for only one type of audience, which is the unknowns. Next one was the Kapost blog, and our contributor was, just want to honour this person, it was Anna Oshenko. Thank you, Anna. Really good again, best examples from 2015. The focus seems a little broader. It's not just a single audience type, and for that I thank you, Anna. But again, you're going to see shortly why I'm after something different than this, but I would still argue that this and the other articles are an excellent resource to refer back to once you've worked out what you're trying to do. I'll make that point more strongly in a moment. Let's continue with the review. Top Rank Marketing, and our contributor is Lee Odden. I've featured some of Lee's work before, and look, you know, good breadth of content, 11 examples is quite nice. Again, another great article, well written, well sourced as well. Thank you, Lee. More amazing creative from great B2B campaigns that inspire me and should inspire B2C marketers too, Christina O'Connor. And one of her key points is that B2B can be amazing creative as well, and she links through to each of those articles. I would agree with her. Again, I'm trying to answer a different question today, but I think she makes a good point and she makes it well. Final one that I'm going to take a really quick look at, 5 great B2B campaigns that won Cannes Lions last week. So, firstly, Andrew, thank you. Great contribution, really relevant to what most people are looking for, not what I was trying to answer for. I really want to work out what campaigns we need at all. And you know what? If you've got a great budget, fantastic. Most of us don't. So a bunch of really great creative just for B2B, and I should say some great articles, well written, well synthesized content. All good, but that isn't the question I was trying to answer for you today. What I'm trying to answer is what are the campaigns that I need at all, and a few tips on executing those. The creative that I've shown you will play its hand once we've worked out what we're trying to do at all. I wouldn't start with the creative. Start with what you're trying to do for whom, then get creative. I believe you need campaigns for key targets, or in the vernacular, account-based marketing. What we're referring to there is that for each of these, for example, 500 accounts, that's our target accounts, these are the 5 roles that we typically want to market to. So I need those 5 roles found, contact details found, for all of those 500 companies, and then I need some kind of campaign to outbound to them because they're all critical targets. Little clue there, cold calling's not dead. Researched cold calling. Another day for that one. But I also need a campaign for volume targets. The great unwashed, the people that I'm not going to research individually, but I still need to outbound to them. I need a campaign for movers. So if I know you, we're connected perhaps on LinkedIn and you've just moved, I need a campaign for that. But if I don't know you, but you've just taken a critical role in one of our target accounts or in a target industry, then I probably want to be talking to you right now. What's the campaign for that? Separately, people who are already looking, but maybe are early in their journey. So they're looking for information that they can digest to start to get their thinking going, or searchers who are quite late in their journey and they're looking for a product. Clearly, I want a very, very different campaign for each of those two. And just as a quick hint on that, you're probably going to want organic to play the first role, and you might be willing to use paid search for the latter role. Anyhow, more on that later, or on another day more correctly. Right now I'm trying to answer what are the campaigns that we need. Couple more. Referrals. Of course I need a campaign for referrals to get them and to work with them properly, but I also need a campaign for people who are just kind of browsing. They're not really searching for content. They might be out looking for something else, but maybe they're in my target market and they should see an ad from me anyway. That's kind of where display advertising typically comes in. In Funnel Plan, we typically use campaigns to get up to the point where sales needs to take over, and that's normally the gap acknowledge stage. That is, sales folk typically are going to do mostly the same things with prospects, regardless of which campaign got them to the discussion table. What we're looking for as marketers is what are the different modes, different use cases, different buyer, not segments, but buyer mindsets, buyer use cases, buyer situations that we should be building campaigns for. That's what I was trying to put together for you. Although I've given you some example of the campaigns that we need for B2B marketing, I don't believe that's complete. What would you like to see? What other campaigns do you think we need in B2B? Please tell me. Respond to the email if that's how you came to this article. If you're on YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook, then please comment directly in that platform. Whatever is easiest for you, or jump on our website if that's easier, but whatever's easiest for you, come back and tell us. What are the campaigns that you would like to see? And what I'll do is I'll commit to do is I'll get together some research on the best way to do each of those campaigns, but I'll build out the list more fully with your input. Please. Hey, if you haven't already got a funnel plan, you need one. Even if you get a free one, go to funnelplan.com, get yourself a free one for now. The paid ones are not a lot of dollars and they've got a lot more functionality, but if you don't already have one, start with a free one. I've got a lot more lined up for you next week, and until then, may your funnel be full and always flowing. Hey, I've got lots of contributors to today's blog that I need to thank. Let me quickly cycle through them. Ashley Taylor, B2B Marketing, Matt Kleinschmidt, Anna Washenko, Lee Odden, Christina O'Connor, and Andrew Mono. Thank you all for your articles. There's nothing at all about your articles I was having a go at. I love them. They're answering a different question than the one I was trying to answer today, though. That's why I've shown something different from that. All great articles, and frankly, I recommend you take a look at all of those. They're all good. Thank you to Kira Draper for production this week. My name's Hugh McFarlane, and it's been my absolute pleasure to script and present this week's show.